Good morning, everyone. I'm back for another reading. I hope everyone had a lovely Valentine's Day. I have a new deck here, and the Romance Angels made an appearance as well. And my channel, I started it a few weeks ago, and it seems to focus on older twin flame couples who have been in union at some point in this physical life, and then the couple would have entered a period of preparation, separation, where they needed to go off on their own and continue on their journey independently, away from the other person in the physical. So they were never away from one another spiritually or energetically, but certainly physically it was extremely painful, and has required a lot of work, a lot of focus, a lot of commitment, dedication to oneself in order to be able to overcome so many blocks and past life trauma, curses, all sorts of things that have plagued these unions for centuries. And the twin flame template is very old, in my opinion. This is my understanding of my own journey. And this isn't to replace anyone else's or to impose on anyone else. This is my own experience that I speak of. And if you don't resonate, then I just ask that you click off and just please honor and respect everyone else's position and journeys, especially if it's not something you resonate with. It's okay. Just click off. Just going to give a second here for those people to separate and remove themselves here, so we can reset. Because I feel like our souls are entering a brand new place here, and those people that don't resonate with us will fall away, and that's okay. As we ascend and enter into new platforms for our journeys, oftentimes you do need to do kind of a cleanup to remove people, places, or things that aren't in resonance, because otherwise it will hold you back, and it prevents other energies that do resonate with you to enter into your life and space. Okay, if you see that happening, just lean into it, allow it, send it off, love and light. It's an energy, it's a science. So when I speak of these things, it's not intended to be just a feeling, okay? It's actually a state of existence. It's an embodiment of the energy. Everything's energy, okay? So this is where so we've entered a new place, a new state of being here, and this is our beautiful selenite wands that represent timelines, in my opinion, when I do my readings. So know that Archangel, I wanted to say Michael, but Raphael is who's presenting himself here. And he's going to speak to us through these cards. So he represents the green ray when I work with him. Michael is blue, and this is him here. So he's going to protect the foundation, the communication, the layers that are required to fine-tune things for these couples before they can enter into this new state of union. Okay, so we thank these beautiful angels who are here to assist us today. I'm starting to get hot, so that's how I know that the energies are coming in here. All right. So our divine masculines are ready to come forward. They're just scared because they're dealing with conflicts, or they're conflicted about the best way to present themselves in a loving way after being away for so long, or presenting themselves to you in a way that was closed off or uninterested, to safeguard that vulnerability. But it was really because they didn't trust themselves with those emotions, because oftentimes that emotional body is turned off for masculines, and it's difficult for them to really understand what is the feeling and the emotion and why and where it comes from and what to do with it. So you would have triggered that within each other, and what is affecting one usually affects the other. So oftentimes us as feminines as well struggle with the same sort of thing. And so it's important for everyone to do their reflection and to really tap into and lean into those emotions and feelings and thoughts and fears, all of the gamut of emotion that we encounter, to better understand how to resolve it and to bring it into balance, okay? So I'm just going to set here. He's ready to speak, okay? He feels bigger. He feels like he has so much that he wants to bring here to the table and hasn't been able to share that with you. But he's embodying this in his life. And that's important because they do need to do that before they come forward to share it with you. And he's standing really, really strong, and he feels more comfortable speaking truths in his life, which is good. He's more aligned with that, with the truth, but to share it with you is a whole different thing. But he's coming, and he knows he needs to be strong. He wants to match you and mirror you because he sees you in this way. He sees you very capable, very articulate, and he's worked really, really hard. So I'm seeing him investigate and look into like self-help books around language with pertaining to romance and romantic partnerships, and to better understand why he was the way that he was in terms of holding back or feeling like he didn't understand why he couldn't articulate that with partners, but he's very articulate with friends perhaps or at work. It's that heart space. It's being vulnerable. But he's opening that up because he wants to come back. He wants to share that with you. He wants to have a better understanding of what happened. And he's curious about what you think and how you feel. Okay. Look. So we're making progress here because we're moving closer to each other, which is great. All right. Okay. So he's ready to stand up here and speak the truth and honor you. Okay, has that Knight of Swords. And this is the foundation that he feels that he has with you and that your connection has, your relationship has. Chemistry, okay? Trust. And he knows he needs to make the effort. All right. And he wants to do that in a very kind way. He feels very vulnerable with you. This is how he feels. It's childlike, okay? And it's very pure and very innocent. Even though he's much older and may present in a rough, gruff kind of a way, inside, this is how he feels. And he doesn't understand that. He doesn't quite feel comfortable with it yet because he hasn't allowed himself to be this way with anybody else but you. So to come back to that is very, very hard for him. It's scary. And at the same time, there's tremendous chemistry. So it's finding a way to balance this feeling and this passion as well. All right. So he's saying here that he wants to present himself in a more passionate way with you as well, with intimacy, and not just share in a loving way, but show you in a very mature way. This is more like newer, more innocent, more childlike. This is more mature. This chemistry feels much more mature. So your connection might have advanced more in a sexual way as opposed to expressing with words. And that's okay. Everyone's love language is different. But what I'm sensing here is he knows and feels that this is something that is needed in terms of communication that needs to be strengthened. Okay. And he wants to do that. He's trying really, really hard. And so just know that it's important to have patience and be kind and be present. Reciprocate. Okay, listen. It's really important. So he's learned a lot from the past in the ways that he wasn't flexible when it came to his children, to your children. Okay? And he's willing now to let go of past mistakes that he made. Okay, that's kind of what I'm saying here. To be able to come together again. He knows he needs to, and he knew that he needed to really address these issues within himself before he could come back together with you because of your children and because of his children. Okay? And he doesn't want problems to negatively affect the children anymore. Because that was really hard for him to know that he failed, or to feel like he failed you, or if you thought of him in a way like that. Not that we did, but they often worried about that, and still do some way. So he's going to come forward and express his love for you. And he knows that he needs to be the one to do it. And he wants to do it in a romantic way. I keep hearing romance, romantic. And he wants to work on the situation with the children. There's a lot coming through here. And I feel like he might feel overwhelmed with it all and just not quite sure where to start. This is Archangel Michael too. He's holding strong here, and he wants us to know that he is going to be tasked with clearing a lot of the lower level energies that would otherwise interfere with our ability to step into this new energy and power here. He doesn't want us to worry. That we've done what we've had to do ourselves to clear and remove things in those areas. And spiritually speaking, in the realms, he's going to take care of things now. You might feel his presence, but if you do, just allow him to do the work. This is our masculines, they're coming. And he knows that he needs to be respectful as well. No matter what needs to be shared, he's very, very much aware that he needs to present himself in a much more appropriate way when speaking about the impact that past hurts had on you and your children, or you and their children, because of ex-karmics that were just notorious and problematic, and he allowed them to interfere because he wasn't strong enough to manage it. Strong in the sense of having a good sense, a know-how. He was scared because, he didn't want his children to suffer. These karmic partners probably threatened them in ways that was really, really dangerous and toxic, where, they had fear of being removed from their lives, fear of, parent alienation, where they would be misrepresented by these other people. It's disgusting. I really struggle with that, and Archangel Michael is dealing with any kind of interfering energy that would otherwise feed those sentiments and thoughts and intentions and provide more strength and power for those people to act in that way. So I believe that there are multiple energetic things that exist out there that affect how people incarnate and with what they incarnate with. And it kind of develops over time these really unhealthy connections and bindings and relationships. If you're not aware of energy or your spiritual well-being, you wouldn't necessarily understand the cleansing, what like an energetic cleansing is when an energetic cleansing is required, and spiritually speaking as well, how to cleanse and clear things that would otherwise tamper with your way of being, your thoughts, holding firm and strong and having a positive outlook on things. Now, this isn't me blaming something else, because it's a relationship with you. If that enters your fields, you choose to allow it to be there. So it's your responsibility to acknowledge that, to be able to understand that it's there, and then deal with it. It's an energy, okay? And you don't want to pair up with things like that. You want to release and remove and push it away. Love and light, always. So do you see my frame here? So let's see here. I'm seeing I am planting new seeds, and I am willing to learn how to grow them. So he's behaving in a new way, in a different way, with his children, with himself, in order to be able to make the effort to come forward to create this new life with you once again. Okay. He's following his guidance. He wants you to have trust in him, and don't let go of that hope, and hold on to the faith. That's very important. I'm hearing that his children are struggling. They're scared. Despite his efforts, there's been some pretty toxic things that have kind of taken hold with them in regards to the way that they see things. It's not appropriate, because they were kind of fed all of these stories that weren't true by the other parent. It really influenced them in a really toxic way, and it's not appropriate. So he is dismantling that gently, but he's fully aware that this happened, and that it's a part of what really held them back as a family to be able to move forward in a healthy way. He sees how it's negatively affecting them. It's affecting their relationships, the way that they see the world, the way that they feel in the world. It's unsettling. And I'm getting that it's starting to affect their relationship with the other parent as well. Because in the past, where they were submissive, they're not doing that anymore. They know it's wrong. It doesn't feel right. I'm seeing in my third eye another deck of cards, because the children want to speak, and I'm going to go get that deck. So I'm just going to pause. I'll come right back. One sec. All right, I'm back, everyone. So the deck I saw in my third eye I couldn't find, so that's a sign that I'm meant to just leave those there. And so those cards, the last time that I would have spent time with my counterpart's daughter, she was quite young at the time, she would have played with those cards, and I just heard tampered. So it's in line with what I'm hearing and feeling, and I must be meant to speak of this, because I'm sure other people are experiencing this, and it's extremely painful for a lot of us, because we were removed from their lives in a very inappropriate way because of hate and jealousy and fear. All of that is because of fear, jealousy, and those people are extremely wounded that act this way and that do these horrible things. Children are innocent, and they don't deserve that. It's not fair. It's not appropriate. And I feel like right now for her, you know, she must feel like she's not ready to open up, because, you know, these cards would be in a box. The box is sealed, and that's where she's at right now. She doesn't feel safe to come out of that state of being. And if, you know, what I'm channeling for her applies to her, like I'm sure it applies to other children. It makes sense because of what I worried always about in terms of what she would have been told that were lies about me. And so I think that it's difficult, and our counterparts on the other side have been dealing with all of this, and I don't think they had the best tools at the time to deal with it. In their minds, they thought, okay, well, I'm just going to sever that because it's too difficult to face all of that, all the while having to deal with their own issues, that they just thought the best solution was to remove the divine feminine completely. Okay, and that is very dangerous because of the light that we carry. And it's not to replace that other parent, absolutely not. But we're important people in these children's lives. However, that connection was developed in my situation, it was a stepmother, step parent. And then after we separated, because he went off to be with other people, I was still an important person, adult in their life, that he promised me that I would always be able to, and promise them that we would always have that connection and relationship as friends. So, he wasn't able to really protect that and honor that because all these karmics came in, and the ex eventually became extremely irate and jealous and couldn't manage, and just completely tainted all of that, and threatened him, and if I was ever around the children, that she would do A, B, C, D, E. So he went along with that, even though it was not appropriate. And I remember the last time we really talked about it, he called me to tell me the things that his daughter had said, and she was very scared, and none of it was true. And he was extremely upset and was inebriated while he was talking to me about this. And I would imagine before he called me to tell me, he needed to drink to numb himself because it was so disheartening. And a lot of the masculines use substances or have in the past to cope because it's just too difficult, But in this case, what I'm talking about is in the past, and it's historical. However, and my left ear's ringing. However, I think that some of it could still be lingering, I think they're aware, however, these masculines, and are really trying really, really hard to overcome those challenges, all the while understanding that they need to address these challenges in a different way for their children's sake. Okay. So, I want to show the back of these cards because I was thinking about Raphael, and that's him there, and or the guardians, the guardian angels working with these children to protect them. And they see you, divine feminine, in this way. They really do. They remember you feeling this way at a soul level. This is how you touch their hearts and minds and bodies and souls. And just know that nobody can destroy that or take that from them, okay? But unfortunately, the psyche and the mind currently, cognitively, these kids are scared and confused. So Raphael right now is really going to work hard to help us remove the blocks and challenges and find ways, healthy ways to really face these things and to alleviate the pressure and the pain and the suffering here. They're going to guide us. Okay. So they're going to send really good people in our lives to help us sort through these things, because these aren't situations that we can manage on our own. So that would be a therapist, potentially lawyers. There's children lawyers that exist as well, and systems in place to support if it becomes extremely dangerous or toxic. There's protective services, and obviously the police, the justice system as well. But it's going to be different for everybody. But just know these are tools available to you to use if you feel you need to in any capacity, okay? So here, angel singing. Ask your angel to sing to you while you sleep. Say to yourself, my angel makes me happy. So just know that when they sleep at night, if you're concerned about them, see the pets there? Their pets are there, and they feel safe with them. The angels are consoling them in their sleep, and they're going to do some of the healing as well during sleep state. Okay, so see that angel there behind them? Okay, so just know that this is what's going to be available to the children on this timeline here. Okay, so that's good. All right, so in this case here, pertaining to your counterpart's children, when you feel sad, tell your angels about it. Say to yourself, my angels always understands me. So I feel like the angel, this is now moving away from the spiritual realm and the energetics, the energetic fields, but more so in the physical, that I feel like they are gaining comfort right now as they're talking to somebody, or they see this as you, Divine Feminine, and really miss this and want to be able to talk to you because they trust you. They want to ask you some questions, and they want to tell you a little bit about what happened. They're worried about you. They're scared for themselves, and they're scared for you. This is very difficult for me. Just give me a second. I'm feeling that they didn't always feel heard or understood when they spoke about you. Whoever they were talking to didn't fully know the whole story and didn't understand and weren't able to provide the healing. And so what's happened is they've stepped away and they don't really talk about it anymore. Because for the most part, people didn't understand. And I'd like to share the very first time. So my counterpart has twins, okay? So a boy and a girl. When I first met them officially, we got together at a park. It was winter, and we built a snowman. And when I arrived at the park, my counterpart was there, and he was already kind of building the snowman with them. And as I walked towards them, the little girl, she was only 3 at the time, ran towards me with her arms open as if she knew me, and was so excited and happy to see me. At the time, I didn't really understand. I think I remembered thinking it was unusual because I hadn't formally met her before, but she was acting as though she already knew me. So I dismissed it and I just carried on, and off we went. But years later, during my awakening, and as I started to learn about past lives and got to really see and understand when and how things happen to us in past lives, it made sense to me because we already knew each other. She already recognized me in my energy. So again, validation and confirmation to me about what I was seeing and learning. I had just forgotten about some of these experiences, but they would come back into my memory in order for me to make those connections. Okay, and so just know, Divine Feminine, that they've not forgotten you. Okay, if you haven't seen them in a long time, and you bring them comfort still when they think about you, even though they're confused, it's a feeling. And like I said earlier, that nobody can take that away. Okay. See the purple here? It's protected. And so the animals are also going to give them comfort, and they're going to help the children trust in those feelings and trust in what they know is the feeling. Out of the mind space, trust the feeling, okay? So this card was reversed, and they're saying not to channel this yet. So go up here. You see that? That's you and this child. And I noticed that there was a little one there. You are safe and protected. Know that the spirit animals in the spirit realm and the animals in the physical, where the energy works through those beautiful animals, they're keeping you safe. I saw a wolf yesterday on my journey back home. I'm a social worker, so I was working with a family out of town looking to adopt a quite large sibling group that I'm tasked with matching. And so that beautiful wolf was protecting me in my travels in the physical, and spiritually and energetically. I have totem animals that do the same thing, and this is what I'm thinking of here as I see this. Remember, the feather was, the feather's right here, and Michael's going to do that in the same way for the children. Okay. There's a shift happening right now, everyone, so we're just going to allow that clearing to happen, and just know you're sending love and light up the timeline in order to circumvent what would otherwise block and create more problems for these relationships. And we're running interference right now, so we're going to prevent it. So you're able to travel down your timeline, past, present, and future. We do this astrally all the time. Most people just don't realize they're doing it. And right now we have the right, it's our free will to manage our lives, to assert ourselves. And this is what we're doing. We're not tampering. We're simply safeguarding these unions in the path that was meant to be there in order for us to heal. Because these karmics would prevent us from coming together to do this healing work, okay? And just know that these energies are there to help us make sure that we get to where we want to go. I'm hearing the masculine is taking a stance here that you are a powerful, beautiful, healthy, loving person who's a positive influence and figure, not only for his children, but any child. So he needs to speak that truth. He needs to stand up for you. And until he could do that, this is why he's not in your life and he wasn't able to come back. He needed to start with protecting himself. So standing up to that ex-partner for himself, because most of them couldn't even do that for themselves. They might have tried here and there, but the minute the other one kicked back, he would kind of succumb and fall down. And so often they couldn't do it for the kids. They would give off this illusion to the world that they could because they were embarrassed that they couldn't, but they couldn't. So smart people that really knew the situation would know that that wasn't true. Okay. Again, I'm speaking the past. We're coming out of that energy. And in small ways, he's making those shifts and changes. You're a strength. You're a support. You stand behind these kids and you're always there. You've always been there in the background. Even though you haven't talked to them, he appreciates that he knew you were holding space and love for them. In my case, these children, believe it or not, this is, I thought, a cruel way that the world operates and that the universe operates. They live down the street from me. And this is how unhealthy his ex-partner is, that she knew I lived here and she purchased a home not far from me. And so again, see the karma, and that's what we need to clear. And so it's been very difficult for me to have to face that every day. It's not easy to see them, and I can't even talk to them because she has made it very clear and involved some systems that it's ridiculous, the things that have happened. But I had to really step away and remove all potential excuses that she would use to create problems. And in order to protect everybody, I just really had to step back. But the concern I've had with that, and I've shared this with him, is that I worry that they think when I see them, because I can't stop and say hi or even wave or smile at them, that they think I don't feel that way for them. And that's not fair because it's not true. So again, I've never really heard back from him. And in regards to that, the last thing he would have said was, leave it with me. I will do what I can to fix everything. And he just never did. And so, we talk I would still consider us friends, but when we talk, we don't talk about any of that anymore. It's just more talking about work, and I do ask how the kids are doing, and he'll tell me, but we've never really circled back to those issues. And I had to leave that with him because it's not for me to fix. I can't fix it. It's out of my control. And I had to accept, to let go of that, surrender it, and move on. But I still hold tremendous love for them, okay? So do you see, I can see that it says hearing from you and hearing you. So at this point in time, they're aware that they haven't been able to hear from you. But I'm hearing they want to know how I'm doing and how my children are doing and how we're all doing. They want to see me. Of course they do. So we've just made a change here. So whatever we've removed and whatever these beautiful beings that are assisting us have removed to bring this in, we've just created the opportunity for it. So hearing you, when you talk to the angels, they always listen. My angels are listening to me. So they've said or done things, these children, in a way that has captured the attention of the people that are meant to help them. And the people are going to flood in now and really support them in having their own voice, to speak clear, to teach them how to speak clearly, openly, and to open up that heart space and to share what's in that heart space and not to be scared. So I'm hearing as well that the masculine's going to correct inaccuracies, and he's going to explain, no, this is how it was before. This is what happened. There's evidence, there's pictures, there's items that he has that he's held somewhere, in secret, that he'll bring out of the closet, for example, and say, look at these photographs. This is how it used to be when we were together. This is how she was. This is all the things she did for you. And it will lead to them feeling more comfortable. It will eradicate all of the darkness and all of the ill intentions that came in to create hate and fear. It'll blast that away, because that's how you remove those things, is bring in that love and light. Okay, and so this is the work that's being done right now, or will be done in the near future, to open the gate for you to be able to come in and resume contact with them, in order to then also be a part of the healing. Because no one else can do this for you. At some point, you need to be able to sit with them and to explain also what happened, answer questions they might have. And you need to be ready, divine feminine, divine masculine, to do that. And that's going to be hard. That's not going to be easy. So again, you see here, the masculine is getting information that's very, very clear. And he's coming out of stagnation. He wants to express how grateful he is for the love that you've expressed for his children, the comfort that you bring all of them. Look at that. Pious, you're pious. So what that means is that he knows you lead a healthy life, okay? It doesn't have anything to do with religion. But you do live your life with integrity. You carry virtues within you in the way that you embody them. Okay, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you lead your life, the things that you do. You're of service. You help people. You're not out there causing harm, or have some of these positions but do harm with those positions because you're not authentic. There's people that operate with darkness, that are masked as, and that create illusions, and they present as if they are light beings, but they're not, because these people are wounded and trapped, and so they operate in the world in that way, and they're attracted to the light. Most people are, but they don't function in a way that's healthy or appropriate. All right, so Archangel Michael just landed here. And he's cleansing our backs and what's happened in the past here. And he's clearing the way to make sure that the truths are spoken, that the light will be able to really penetrate where it's dark and where there's been dark things, so the truth can surface. That's how you eradicate these things. You bring light, love, and you speak the truth. And you, because the Divine Feminine embodies all those virtues, she'll do that in a respectable way, in an authentic way, and with compassion, softness, with gentleness and ease and care. Okay. And there's a way to tell children the truth about things, you know. There comes a time where you do have to start telling them the truth about what's been going on. It's not okay to lie, I think. I mean, it needs to be age appropriate and to their developmental capacity to understand, but it's important for them to know the truth, you know, or to say, no, that's not why this person's not in our life. She didn't create that. So let's see here. Oh, look, everyone. They're learning about religion and the angels, and they believe and they feel this way. They see you this way as well, and they see your children this way. They believe. We're just going to give them a clearing and a blessing here. And we want them to carry this energy with them as they walk through their timeline, as they walk through their life. That's what that means, timeline. It's your life. It's your journey, okay? And he's reconnecting with his angelic self. He's doing past life childhood healing as well. He's showing himself love and compassion because he knows he has to. Whereas parents failed to do this for him, we can give it to ourselves. When you learn about this, this is how you heal. This is how you transform yourself into that beautiful adult person that you were meant to become. Just because our parents failed us as children doesn't mean that we can't fix those things that weren't done for us properly. And this isn't me being judgmental of our parents. Our parents aren't perfect people. Okay, they come with all their stuff, you know. And that's why we forgive and we move on. And I feel like our masculines have been able to do a lot of that work because they see how it negatively impacted their ability to raise their own children. I can't believe this wolf card came out. I can't believe it. On my community page, I will post the picture of the wolf that I saw, okay? Because I don't make this stuff up. It's all true. It all works together. It's beautiful. Our masculines have a few more messages here for us. Look. You're worth waiting for. He wants you to know that he knows it's taken forever. But just, and we know, Divine Feminines, we understand this. And this divine timing is a difficult one. But once you accept, it's much better. See, he's releasing the ex here. This is why you were stuck waiting. He's speaking his truths to her. Yeah, look. He's going to be doing that this weekend in Ontario, Canada. Here, it's our family weekend. So it's to celebrate family, and it's a national, like a holiday, so we don't have to work on Monday. He's going to be spending a lot of time with his children this weekend doing this work and clearing up what needs to be cleared up here, because he really does want to come back and come out of separation here. So this was reversed in the deck. Ooh, see how it fell? Yeah, he wants that to be a thing of the past. He's really struggling with the separation. He always has. So just know, Divine Feminine, this has not been easy. And we know that. For those of us who have healed in the ways that we had to, we understand that to be the truth. We know. And he's coming to express his comfort here. He's going to come out of the cold. He doesn't want to be cold anymore. Look. This is how he sees you. Oh my goodness. I have chills as I'm connecting to this card here. That's what he's going to express to you. He wants to be romantic. He wants to romance you again. He loved and he remembers that time in your past where you were dating and he was this way and he felt this way. It's coming back. He's allowing it to come back. The problem is, right, on top of dealing with all this, there's that issue with the ex and the children, right? So we've touched on that. So that's a lot for one person to deal with, right? This is why we need extra help and support. There's that angel singing cards. They wanted us to know that they too want to have comfort and peace at night when they go to bed, our masculines. And they feel like they failed their kids and that they didn't do the right thing in your regard. And they're going to fix that. Okay? Well, they want to marry us. They knew you were the one right from the beginning. So imagine the confusion when you separate, right? It's hard. Not everyone's going to reconcile and where it leads to this, but for some, yes. And they want their children to be a part of this, and they want your children to be a part of this. So it will be worth it, Divine Feminine. Okay, don't lose hope. Have faith. Your masculine is coming. Full moons. Oh, interesting. Oh, I'm going to speak to that. So this morning, I realigned with light language the quadrants in the energetic structure for my divine counterpart. He asked for some help there. So I realigned him with his temple. And then that led to the outer part and the physical structure. So then the moon, so there was a correction there with the way that he was connected to moon energy or the way he was connecting to moon energy. So I helped him reset that spiritually. So I know eventually it leads into the physical. So he sees the truth of things now, and he's going to work with the energy of the moon in a more healthy and authentic way. All right, so that's incredible. So on that note, everybody, this was a very heavy reading. So just be kind to yourselves and rest, and drink a lot of water and eat some healthy food. Show yourself so much love and compassion, and send your masculine and send the children love and light. Those karmics as well. If you can, if you can't, that's okay. You know, ask for the angelics to assist, you know, if you can't do it yourself. They'll help us. They'll help you, okay? You just need to ask. You need to do the calling upons. So as I look down on my time, it was exactly 49 minutes. It's a reset. This is giving us an opportunity to reset. Okay. Pull in those crystals. They're helping, okay? So I'm just safeguarding this reading. On that note, everyone, wishing you so much love and light. Take care.